Welcome to Tales of Nowhere, a tabletop RPG podcast. You're listening to episode 2, and if you need a refresher, last time my character Isaac, from a game called Stars Without Number, met up with Kieran, a magical girl superhero from Mutants and Masterminds, Chuck the Midnight Hondo, a Texas Ranger from a slightly twisted take on the Old West game Deadlands, and Thane Diedrich, a Shadowrunner from Shadowrun. The four of us were sent to a place called Cafe Nowhere after seemingly dying and are now exploring our surroundings as we debate taking the mysterious Copernicus Strats offer to help him save the multiverse. Now I'll turn it over to our bona fide brilliant GM, Joshua, as we continue this crazy adventure.
Well, I don't think, there's really anything for Thane to do. Like, he's not going disco dancing. I know that for sure.
There are other doors and stuff, but there's also just ripping off the Band-Aid, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think...
Didn't Copernicus say we had our own rooms?
I'm going to go up to my room really fast.
All right, so you guys walk out open one of the doors, and it actually looks like the lobby of a grand hotel. The guy at the front desk, it looks like a modern-day hotel. The concierge of the desk is like, "Oh, Mr. Hondo, welcome back. Your reservation's been made, and here you go." And he hands you the key to your room.
Welcome back.
You've been here before.
I grabbed the key from him.
Okay. "Mr. Diedrich, you are looking quite dapper today. Here you go." And hands you your key.
I take it.
"I think you'll find the room to your liking this time." "Ah, Miss Angelica, welcome back."
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I am so sorry. Would you prefer I called you Aura?
I don't see Aura or Angelica
Hey, she has
here.
a lot of names, huh?
Sure does.
Oh, my apologies. Well, here's the key to your room. And he hands you,
ma'am.
He's like,
Yes,
"Mr.
I mean, I don't know who those people are, but I'm sure the room is going to work just fine for me, so I'm just going to take the card and I'll go. Thank you very much.
I apologize. The reservation was made under the name Aura Angelica.
No. Well, you are mistaken because that person didn't die.
Oh, and what would you prefer that I refer to you as?
Kieran, it's a strong name.
No, Kieran. It is very strong. Quite
like urine
indeed.
with a K in front of it. Strong. Real strong.
You know, I thought I liked you, cowboy.
But it helps to remember your name, I guess.
And upon hearing the name Aura Angelica, it clicks and sparks a memory in your mind before coming to Cafe Nowhere, more notably the tragic loss that you have suffered that you had nearly forgotten upon the wonderment of arriving at the cafe. In your universe, there's actually, everyone's become aware that there is a new villain who is specifically targeting magic superheroes, of which you are one. One by one, they've been hunted down and killed and stripped of their powers. Maybe not in that order. But you have many magical friends that you are worried about. And just recently, actually, 2 of your ex-teammates have been killed. So you are off to check on the last one. And as you arrive, rain is falling in the metropolitan area. And a dark figure comes floating down the street. Darkness billows off of him like smoke in the rain. And he is holding in his hand what looks like could be a toy, but is in fact a woman. The very woman that you've come to check on, Honey Heavenly, in her pretty yellow dress, which is now torn and stained with mud, blood, and rain.
Honey!
Weakly, she said, "Kieran, save yourself." But the dark figure turns its head towards you. "You are fighting a losing battle, Kieran," the deep voice replies, nonchalantly. "I will end your obnoxious glimmer legacy today. I will admit, it took me a long time to find you again, Aura Angelica." Dun, dun, dun.
The reveal.
Does that mean something? I assume.
It does to our story.
Okay.
You had been paying attention.
His big black hand squeezes a little bit tighter around Heavenly's throat.
Is she a raptor?
No. Takes in a deep breath, and a slight glimmer of yellow power leaves the body of Honey Heavenly and is sucked into his mouth.
I won't let you take what doesn't belong to you, Wraith. And she's going to, put her hand up, all magical girl style, because some things never die.
Right?
Of course.
That's a staple.
It's true.
What does she chant? I'm so excited.
Yeah,
The horn of justice will cut through your darkness.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
And this, from her mask, horn of like pink hard light kind of forms up because she's got her power up. Oh
Cool.
my god! And she reaches her hand up and she like grabs the horn and it kind of like flares and then she pulls a sword out of it.
Whoa.
And then her other hand, in another magical girl fashion, kind of like whoosh, whips around her, and she gets.
For those that are
a
listening, she
magical-
just whipped around her body.
Oh, it's just like that sensual along the curves. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Right.
yeah.
The
And then
fingernail-
she's got magical
fingernails
hard
sparkling.
light armor. That
Oh,
kind
okay.
of like shimmers there and then sort of fades, kind of like that.
Excellent.
And then there's freeze
Space
frame.
game
Freeze frame,
franchise
right?
we don't talk about. Oh yeah, freeze frame. There's glitter in the back, and she's
Yeah,
just
right.
like, I ordered no glitter. It just keeps happening.
Still glittery.
I'm gonna rush towards him and try to leap at him.
Excellent.
So I'm going to try to feint like the blade at
Okay.
him. So I'm going to try to swing, but then kind of like at the last minute, move it out of the way to make an opening.
Oh, okay.
And of course, there's like a little glimmer trail.
Yeah,
of course.
Because hard light is wonderful.
I love
Right.
And and then she's going to like grab onto him,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's going to like grab onto him and get a hold, and then try to just like slam the sword like
sword
into
in.
him in the opening.
Oh, okay. So you go to stab the blade into his side, and he grabs it into his hand and clenches down with his magic negating powers and starts to shatter the sword in his hand.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about that.
No.
That's your horny sword, right?
Yeah, your glitter sword.
Your
That's
glitter.
the horny sword.
Horny sword, yeah.
Okay, and then he grabs you around the waist with his massive black hand and slams you to the ground and then stomps on you with his boot. You're already much too worn down, little unicorn. Why don't you take a nap for a while and wait your turn?
This guy is so super villain.
You know,
He is. I love
I
it.
think I need a break. Maybe I should have a little snack. He lifts a heavenly honey up as emphasis. What say you, honey? Are you disappointed in little Aurora? Oh, Aura. Sorry. Little Aura. I apologize for that. She was your leader once, wasn't she? What about the other two? The annoying little green one and I know it all. Blue, wasn't she? Never mind all that. I suppose you two are here right now.
And I'm just like thrashing about trying to get out from underneath him.
Right?
Totally.
I know, right?
Totally, like, oh my god.
So
love how
he forms
girly
like
this
a
is.
dark energy, just spectral maw forms around his mouth area, like a giant jaw.
Cool.
Go with ghostly fangs that drip black ichor. Yeah. Right?
That is pretty gross.
Yeah. Little Miss Phoenix, do you think that you will be reborn after you die? Shall we test it? So Honey starts to scream. Nice. While the jaw clamps down and rips away a golden light from inside of her, extinguishing its brilliance with a heavy swallow. The hand around her throat tightens and a crackling sound resounds. Tossing the empty shell aside, he looks down at Kieran now and grins. Both of his mouths. Nice.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
You know, she didn't taste quite like honey, but it was rather sweet all the same.
You are a monster.
Flattering.
Yes.
That's exactly what he says. Just then, you hear a slight sound, and you look over to see that some children who were playing in the rain have wandered into the street where you are fighting. They immediately realize what danger they're in, and they stop suddenly. And the youngest one clutches to his umbrella.
Get out of here.
You know, Kieran, I rather like seeing how you react to feeling so helpless when you are unable to save anyone. So he starts moving towards the children, the spectral maw grinning maliciously.
Uh-oh.
So you roll to try and break away. The pose strength check for a grapple.
9.
Oh, dude. I got a natural 20.
Whoa.
That's
So-
not happening.
Goodbye, children.
Dude, seriously?
It was nice knowing you.
Okay, so you're on the ground. He's got his foot on top of you. He throws his arm out at the children, and a ray of magic shoots from his hand that you recognize that used to belong to Honey Heavenly. So this yellow, sparkly phoenix magic shoots out and just blasts the children to the point where there is... Don't give me that look.
That was just like he used her friend's magic to kill the kids.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Oh.
Awesome.
That's rough.
That's how he doos.
I thought it was going to be like her last bit of helpness.
No, in fact, she's laying there watching helplessly
Oh
as
my
the
gosh.
children are just ravaged by the magic and
Yeah.
fall to the ground lifeless.
Yeah, I imagine Kieran did not like that.
No. So he turns back to you, in fact, and he snatches you up off the ground, grabs you, looks at you and says, "You are next. Time for my next meal." And so his spectral maw, the shadowy kind of figure of a mouth that he has, clamps down on you, but it kind of, yeah, I mean, it's not his real mouth. So it kind of just starts kind of feeling like a draining sensation as your own pink sparkly magic is starting to kind of suck off of you and into his real mouth. He's kind of sucking
Okay,
it
so wow, this situation really went tits up.
in. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't ideal, but you rolled a 9. I mean,
yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that.
No.
I think what I'm going to try to do is because the nature of her magic is hard light and manipulating that.
Yes.
I'm going to have her try to reach out and grab onto that magic that he's pulling away from her and try to harden it,
Okay.
make it physical, and try to like pull it back.
Okay,
It might be.
you know,
It might
let's
be a
make it a
contest
straight
of
up
will.
contest of wills. So you have to roll a d20, and he'll roll a d20. Do you know what your will is? He wants to
No.
suck your magic, and you want to keep your magic,
Isn't that always the way?
right? A-holes be sucking my magic. Oh dear! You better roll well. That's all I'm saying.
I got an 18.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Dang.
All right, you actually did. You actually did better than he did. Which I was.
What did he even get?
He got a 17, which is normally not that bad on a d20.
No.
I'm
Okay,
like, oh.
I just felt the presence of my friend's power
Yeah.
conflagrate a bunch of children. I have a little more willpower in this moment.
That's true. Oh, you're pissed. Okay.
Oh, she's very pissed. So
So-
she's going to grab onto that and just materialize it as hard as she can and just rip
Excellent.
it out of him if
All
she
right,
can.
so he's breathing it in. He thinks he's won, and suddenly it starts to like solidify, I guess, in his mouth and throat. He
Dang.
chokes a little bit, and it starts moving back out of his mouth more towards you. So you're sucking back in your magic. At this point, though, your pink sparkly magic is kind of mixed in a little bit and intertwined with his dark magic as he was trying to digest it. So what you pull back is mostly pink sparkly, but then towards the end there's a little bit of a dark
Pink
kind
and
of a
black
shadow.
blade.
Yes, a
I'm into
shade
that.
of the exactly. So you pull your magic back in, and what do you do with that magic?
I'm going to try to use that same magic that I pulled from him to
Mm-hmm.
like slash into him and stab him and try to get him real good.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Get real good.
This would be a roll.
It was an 18. Actually, yes, it was. It was legitimately a second 18.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you bury your sword into his side.
So I'm going to take my sword and I'm going to stab it into him and I'm going to kind of like grab him by whatever bit of clothing that I can reach and
Okay.
kind of like pull him towards me while I'm stabbing him and just be like, you will never get away with this.
You did that. So it stabs into his side, and he's got you held up in the air by his arm, but you kind of grab onto his arm and onto his clothes and just kind of pull yourself closer to him. And so he actually throws you as far as he can and makes an escape. But during
she
the
is
the
Kieran.
fight,
She's awesome.
Yeah,
his shadowy clawed hands have actually dug into your guts while he was holding you in his hand. So you feel only a slight victory while still feeling the mixed emotions of seeing your friend murdered and a bunch of children murdered.
Yeah.
And you look down to see large gashes across your body and very red stains in your in your
Oh,
spandex.
God.
The world blurs, but you can't tell if it's the rain or the loss of blood.
She's like,
Your eyes
like
the horn of
close.
justice has failed. Blah.
Ah, Mr. Wexler.
Hey,
We have your regular room for you as well.
I've never been here before.
Yeah, we're all brand new here.
It's like, oh, well, I apologize. Your reservation looks like it had been a repeat.
Who made the reservation?
Oh, I'm not sure. It was telephoned in.
Cool. What's your name?
Crap. I don't have a name for him.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
Crap, he says.
Well,
Every
hey,
time.
you're the second person today I've met by that name.
He is actually wearing a name tag. It says Andre Brewer on it, but he still feels the need to tell you since you asked. It's like,
Real observant.
I'm trying to be cordial.
it's like, you can call me Andre.
Hey, Andre.
Andre, okay.
Andre. It's like Andre without an H in front of it.
Okay, all right.
And the keys have a keychain on them that have the room numbers.
Okay.
Okay.
I take my key and like cautiously walk up the stairs. I mean, it's cool, but holy crap,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, Mr. Wexler.
Uh-huh.
I apologize. You're on the 5th floor. It might be quicker to take the elevator.
Okay, I like forlornly look at you guys as I assume you have started up the stairs already, but like
Yeah, I assume I'm
I
walking
look
to
at
my
you
room.
and shrug.
Yeah,
elevator party. What do you guys say?
I take the stairs.
I don't trust elevators.
I'll go
probably
in the
never-
elevator with you.
Yes.
I'm going for a walk.
And I'm like floor 1.
She's going to ride up with you and then back down.
Yeah, okay.
She's just holding your hand the whole way.
Yeah, I walk off to my room, shaking my head, saying, "This is getting weirder and weirder."
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I get in the elevator. and I
Okay,
get-
so you hit the
yeah.
elevator call button, and when it opens, it's got like that gate thing that opens, and there's a guy in there.
There's a dude?
Yeah, there's the
Ooh.
bellhop
Yes.
dude.
Man, I'm so glad he didn't go
This
alone.
place is crazy.
Yeah.
Don't ask his name.
Do ask his name. Even though it has it on his shirt. Ask
It
his
has
name.
it right there on his name tag.
Is this man wearing a name tag?
Yes.
What does his name tag
It
say?
says Orville.
Okay, this time I like, because I know that I sort of made
An ass of yourself.
An ass of myself last time. I look at his name tag and I just like immediately say, "Oh, hey, Orville."
You like how I didn't have a name prepared, but I turned this back around to make you
it's
the...
really good, Josh.
You the idiot.
Good job hitting me in the head with that asteroid.
Right?
Yeah.
You know who this person is?
No.
Going up.
Yeah, I mean, we're on the ground floor, right? There's no down. Is there a down?
I don't know. I just work here. That's what I ask.
Yeah, I'm going up.
I love that you're
Oh,
sassing
get on
with
in
this
here.
guy.
What does he look like?
Is there a down?
He's an older man.
Okay.
He kind of looks a little cranky, like he's been at this a long time.
I'm gonna look at my tag. What floor am I on?
Okay, you are on the first floor.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you're gonna go to the.
I'm gonna go to the 5th floor just for fun.
Okay,
Oh, cool.
what floor y'all going to?
Five. I'm on 5.
5. All right, watch your step.
Okay, as the elevator's going up, I turn and look at her and say, like, I mean, this is weird. Are you, like, a superhero? 'Cause my dad had comics back home. They're really old and digitized, but you look like one of them.
Well, you know, I've been, called super heroic before. That's definitely a adjective that's been applied to me. So, yep.
Cool. Well, you look the part. I'm really glad you said yes, because otherwise I would have been really terrified right now.
Why?
Look at you. Have you seen you?
I look super heroic. That was the only answer you could have come up with.
I mean, the cowboy looked super heroic to me. It's you. I mean,
That's so nice.
It's.
He's got a father figure.
Everybody loves Hondo.
I mean, you just don't quite fit in this aesthetic.
The elevator comes to an abrupt stop, and the doors open, and Orville turns around and says, "I suggest you get off here, son."
Okay. Good talking to everybody here. I feel like we made good progress. What floor am I on?
You're on the 5th floor.
What's not heroic about this outfit? I think this outfit's just fine. You hear is like the door shut.
As the door shut.
Oh, she's so self-conscious now. Like, oh man, what's happening?
Now I
Look
feel-
what you did!
feel a little bad.
Orville's just shaking his head.
Can I go into my room? I guess.
Yeah. So as each of you enter your room, actually it looks a little bit like a piece of home. It's not exactly, but it's something that you're more comfortable in. Same with all of you. You find your room to be a little bit more comfortable, maybe seeming a little bit like a piece of home without actually being a piece
Like, is
of
mine
home.
a piece of a spaceship?
It has a little bit of an aesthetic look to it where it could be a little bit more futuristic spaceship. And outside the window, it definitely looks like it could be stars,
I feel like there should be like engine noise too.
right?
A little bit of a hum in the
Like a white
somewhere.
noise
Yeah,
machine
yeah,
just
yeah.
makes the sound.
And I have the wind blowing. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Right?
Is yours like a Blade
House
Runner
wrestling.
apartment where it's raining outside?
Yeah, there's like city noises outside.
And a neon light
sirens.
glaring into your
Yeah.
Right?
That's like,
Like-
super uncomfortable, but it's like home. What's
I was
yours?
about to say that like mine probably is like a just a regular sort of city apartment, but like there's the sounds outside of like crime being fought.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, yeah, like there's like little bit sounds, and pow, and
smack.
Biff.
I picture there being like a big fluffy kitty or something, like just sitting on the couch.
I don't know who you are, Kat, but I approve.
Yes. I love it. So I guess you guys sleep?
That's pretty. Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
I think so.
I
And then we
sit in
can-
my rocking chair and I have a smoke. Yeah.
I love that you have a
Nice.
rocking
Nice.
chair.
You have a
That's
smoking
really good.
room. You roll your own.
I must.
There's
Yeah.
a box of them
Oh,
on the
you-
desk.
Yeah, you
Oh, then
got
I'm not going
to.
to roll my own.
The next morning you feel refreshed, a lot less groggy.
Still way
Maybe
confused.
you're still a little confused, but you feel at least like it's better than death.
Mm-hmm.
kind of thinking I would have woken up from a dream, but nope. That's
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like waking up, especially in that kind of environment, for like a split second, I'm like, oh hey,
I'm
I'm
home.
gonna
back
go.
home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go have breakfast with my sister, and then like it kind of sinks in a little bit.
Yeah.
So I guess I get dressed because we probably have other clothes in there.
Yeah, the closet and drawers are full of clothes
But
that,
I definitely keep
in the
jacket.
style that you would wear.
To move things along. I go down and
All right.
probably
think
like
we all
right
just
into,
meet up with-
Yeah.
Well, good morning, sugar. Here, take this with you. She gives you a muffin as you walk by.
Oh, that's so
Aw.
sweet.
Yeah,
That
she's
is
like,
very sweet.
And boysenberry, my favorite.
well, we do aim to please here.
I'm already down there and I'm sitting in one of
You
the
were like
bits.
up first.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I
With
was
the
up at
dawn.
5 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning. Yeah. Or did I sleep? I don't know if I slept. I rocked for a bit, slept for about an hour, and then got up.
It smoked.
I did not change at all, by the way.
Okay.
Cool, so.
Did not wear any of the
I
new
can see that.
clothes.
Stinky.
Stinky.
But you don't notice
Stinky man.
because
No,
you don't
it's-
have showers.
That's what I am, yeah. It's who I is.
All right.
And I am just drinking some coffee.
All right. Cool.
Black.
Kieran comes down and she's wearing the exact same outfit. At least you think it is, but it's cleaner looking, so you know it's just a copy of the previous
Her,
outfit.
her closet is full of that same outfit. The one that Isaac was so critical of.
Oh, good. She's wearing that again.
Don't say that to her. Brutal.
You guys are all mean to her.
Yeah.
Well, I don't feel like it's insulting. I just a friendly jab.
It's like water off a duck's back. Like for the most part, she
Yeah, you
doesn't
probably
even
get that all the
use
time,
it.
right?
Yeah.
It's just like you
What do you
guys
do?
are wearing weird stuff.
Thane gets up, he puts on some new clothes. They're similar to what he was wearing.
All right.
Same jacket though. And yeah, I come down, have a drink.
I sit there eating my breakfast and I look over and see the person that looks least like a morning person, which I think would probably be Eric Thane. And I say
Thane.
Eric Thane.
Yes.
And I
Yep.
say, I'm sorry, it's not like me to forget so fast, but what was your name?
Ugh. Thane.
Well, I hope you enjoy your breakfast, Mr. Thane.
You watch Isaac walk away, and something about him calling you Mr. Thane kind of stopped you hard. You and your team have been hired by a John. I think they call him Johns. I'm not just a John.
Yeah,
Or
cool.
Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson.
You were hired by a Mr. Johnson,
John Johnson.
not John
Mr. John
Johnson.
Johnson.
Sorry.
Mr. John Johnson.
Mr. John Johnson. Quick background on Shadowrun is that it is actually set in Earth's future, where magic has returned to the Earth, because apparently we used to have it and then it went away, and that's the world we're living in right now. And then sometime in the future, it comes back. So we have magic and magical races, one of which will be Eric's character, which is an elf.
I bet Eric? No. What's your guy's name again?
Thane.
Thane. I
Thane.
bet Thane can make it.
Thane's making it out.
Yeah.
This story's
Oh,
actually
Thane
just
is
about
One of
him.
them's
making
gotta
it.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make it
Thane's
out.
got to be the guy.
Thane will make it, and it is equal parts magic and futuristic technology. There's hackers and there's all sorts of cool weapons and things like that. So It's a sci-fi fantasy. Shadowrunners, the name of the game, is actually a group of people who function outside of society to achieve things. If you want a dirty deed done, you find a Shadowrun team, and they get it done for you. There's a lot of corporate espionage because in the future, governments have toppled and the world is run by corporations. Okay, you were hired by Mr. Johnson to break into a newly formed corporation, the Greco Go Corporation, and steal. Yes, Greco.
That sounds real.
It is totally real.
It is. Out of the
By all accounts, they have come up with a new technology that's going to be amazing. It's going to blow away the world, and it's going to make Greco Go a huge corporation, a major power.
How do you spell that?
I don't know. I'm
Okay.
making this up
I'll
as I go
Greco
along.
Go.
Give me
Is
the,
is it not one in here?
no.
Oh, okay. Because
It's a new corporation.
Do have corporations.
They do have.
yeah.
the
They
world
specialize in
powers.
Greek yogurt
And Richard Greco actually is their homage.
And
Oh.
GoPro cameras.
As well as Geico Insurance.
And they have.
That's vacuum insurance.
Geico Insurance. Vacuum? Is that what you said?
I said Geico.
I said vacuum.
Vacuum? And vacuum?
And vacuum insurance.
Vacuum insurance.
What's your insurance for vacuum?
You want to insure your vacuum?
They're a new up and coming company. They're just throwing stuff at the wall.
Ever broken your leg vacuuming?
Ow!
It's vacuum
Look, nobody
insurance.
knows what Greco Go does, okay?
Sure. yeah.
Vacuums.
That's
But
why
they're
we're here to
rumored,
find out.
yeah, they're rumored to be coming out with a new type of vacuum insurance.
It's like a helicopter vacuum.
I don't care if it's vacuum or insurance or vacuum insurance. Okay, so your team has been hired by one of the other major corporations to get in and steal their product information before they're able to launch.
All right.
All right. So you assemble your team. Dax, which is a hacker, Teague, who is a lookout, and Yeko, who is your getaway driver. So
And-
you guys.
and me. Thing.
And then you, the leader, I dare say.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I assembled this group.
You was a good
Probably.
crack team, Chief. This is gonna go well.
Like an
Yeah.
Elvin George Clooney.
Sure.
Okay.
Or more like Clint Eastwood.
I was going for like a Ocean's 11 thing. but-
Yeah, I think more Ocean's 11.
All right, so you guys stand outside of the Greco Go building.
Is it raining? I feel like it's always raining.
It should be
It's
raining.
constantly raining in Shadowrun.
Raining everywhere.
And they function in the dark as well, so it's raining and it's dark.
of course.
Nice.
Yes. And Dax looks up at you, the boy that you've taken under your wing, and he says, Mr. Thane, remember how you told me to pay attention to my feelings when we're doing our shadow running? Well, right now, I got a bad feeling about this. Because the building looks really big and heavily armed.
No, you got a
Heavily
bad
secured.
feeling about everything, kid.
Yeah, what are you worried about, kid? I'm going to be out here watching everything. You know, and the big guy's never going to let anything happen to you.
That's right. Listen to Teague.
Yeah.
I guess he's smart.
Okay. I may not be a genius or nothing, but I'm smarter than you.
I wouldn't say that, but you're good at looking out. So go climb on that building and look out. Let's go.
Well, I am good looking. Yeko gives you specifically a wink. I'll see you at the east entrance with the motor running.
Yeah, you
Go
will.
back to the car. Yeah, you will.
Thing always gets my motor running.
Heyo, Yeko.
All right.
Yego.
Dax uses his hacking skills to get into the security grid.
I
the
imagine
Great
Dax
Eagle.
is like a young prodigy. Like he's a genius in the making.
Exactly.
That's what I see.
Me too.
That's what you
That's
see
good.
in him.
Yeah, in him. That's why I've taken him under my wing.
You see that inside of him, but that's not actually what he's going to be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's my
No,
question.
he's,
Well, I don't know what he's gonna be.
he's a little timid, but he is pretty much a prodigy, and he's quite a find. It's actually he's a lot of the reason why a lot of your missions have been successful, and you guys are a highly sought after team of Shadowrunners because you have such a good hacker.
He's a good kid.
He's a good kid. Was he 14? You had the Birds and the Bees story and talk with him already.
You did?
Yeah, it was more of a agree to not talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You pat him on the back.
Did you give him like a little diagram or something?
Yeah, I gave him a pamphlet. Just read through this.
The name of the pamphlet was "I've Got Hair." Where?
Dot, dot, dot. Where?
Exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point.
Exactly.
So he's able to hack into the system and kind of trick the security system so that you're able to get into the doors. There's surprisingly not a lot of guards around. It seems like they're relying heavily on their security system, which they, admittedly, Dax tells you was pretty hard to get into.
Well, that's convenient. Yeah, we run on in.
Okay. You guys are going through. You've done your homework. You've got the layout of the building. You know exactly where you're headed. So you guys head towards that location where you'd be able to break into their ultra secure system to get the information that you need. The new product they're about to launch. As you get there, you're moving silently.
Of
All
course.
of this is rolls. I mean, this is something that would take weeks in the actual game. As you get there, and Dex is like, "This is it. I think I'm able to get in there. I'm gonna have to manually plug in though. So you watch out for people, and I'll get into the system."
Okay, good luck, kid.
All right, he plugs in and he starts downloading stuff and sorting through files. He kind of goes into a trance when he does it because he's on the grid or net or whatever it is.
Matrix.
I can't remember. The Matrix.
Right?
There it is. Not the Matrix, but
it is
the
like-
Matrix.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish it was the grid.
It's like a separate sort of reality.
Yeah. The grid was better. So while he's doing that, you hear coming over the microphone,
What? Teague.
Dax kind of taps he's like, he's cut off. I can't hear him anymore.
Not a good sign, kid. Hurry this up. Let's go.
Maybe we should stop. I don't know how much longer it's going to take. It's up to you. Do you want to try and convince he'll do what you say? Do you want to try and convince him to keep going, or do you want to leave?
Let's wait a little bit. See if
Okay.
we can wait this out.
All right. So he's like, okay. And so he starts doing his thing.
Okay, I keep a close lookout for anything fishy.
Actually, he
going on.
gets it. So he's like, oh, I'm all done.
I grab him by the collar and start dragging him
Okay.
away. We're out of here.
You guys move fast.
We know something's going down.
Wait,
Right.
you got it? He downloaded it already?
Yeah, he's got it.
He's got it.
Do you have to, like, in Shadowrun, do you physically go and grab something in the Matrix and
Yes.
it's just with you now?
When you're in the Matrix, it looks
the
like a
grid.
physical grid. Whatever it is.
Okay.
I think it's the Matrix, is it not?
I think it
well,
is
that's
the
what
What do they
Matrix.
call
this-
it? Yeah, they
Yeah,
call
I
it the
think they call
Matrix
it
in
the
the game,
Matrix.
in Shadowrun. So when you're in the Matrix, it looks more like the grid.
Okay.
And getting files or like finding things are actual things you have to get.
Packages you
And
have to
firewalls are actually like
Brick walls.
brick walls that you have to try and get
that's
around. And you
cool.
create, and so you create programs to do things for you, but they're called sprites, I think.
It's a lot cooler.
Actually, a lot faster than you thought it was going to take. You had planned for it to take much longer because of the type of file, but
He's a prodigy.
Dex is a prodigy. So, as you guys get outside the building, the minute you open the doors, there's helicopters, there's men around, there's all sorts of things. You're,
Shit.
yeah. Yako does pull up in the getaway car, like right next to you. This fast car spins up, like screeches to a halt. The
they
door
have
pops
hover cars?
open. What?
Do they have hover cars?
I don't think they have hover cars now. In fact, one of my characters once in this had a scooter. They have actually scooters and stuff.
Like a razor?
Yeah, it was no, it was like a little what are those called? Like a
Vespa.
Vespa.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
he had
okay,
like a
okay.
Vespa.
Okay.
A racer would be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Come on, guys, get on.
Vintage
on!
1990s.
Watch out for your ankles.
Yeah, right.
We make a beeline for that car.
All right.
We're getting out
Right,
of here.
right as you're about to get to the car, it's hit with a magic bolt and the thing explodes.
No, Yako!
Yeah,
What happened?
Yako's gone. Dax is actually thrown from the explosion
Uh-oh.
quite a bit of distance. He's badly hurt.
I run over there to heal him.
Okay. I believe that's a roll
That is.
to heal a certain number of boxes of damage.
So that means I roll 10 dice.
You roll 10
Oh, yeah, the dice
d6s
pool, that's
and
right.
tell me how many successes you get out of that dice
What
pool.
counts as a success?
A 6 or a 5.
Okay.
5s or 6s are successes. 1s are critical glitches, is what they call. Oh, well, no, sorry. 1s are glitches. If you had more 1s than half and no successes, it's a critical glitch.
Shadowrun sounds easy.
Oh my gosh.
It's not. You're wrong.
You're wrong.
So that's 3 successes.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, that means you healed 3 boxes of damage, which is actually a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot, but in Shadowrun, that's like a whole level of.
Sweet.
But he's still bad. He's still hurt.
Okay.
And now you are surrounded by men with guns.
He's hurt.
Mhm.
We're surrounded. How many guys are we talking?
I'm going to say about 10.
10. Okay.
10,000.
10,000.
There's still the
Okay.
burning wreckage of Yako's car not being put out by the rain that was requested.
Oh.
It's a big fire.
Wow.
It's a big
Okay.
And
I grab Dax,
Mm-hmm.
pull him behind me,
Okay.
and
Are we going to use him as a shield?
use him as a shield to get away.
sit behind, not in front.
That's right. You can point.
Behind.
Plus, he's your prodigy.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
shield.
I'm protecting Dax. He's my boy.
All right. It would be their turn now,
Oh,
in which I wouldn't roll, but 10 separate people beating the crap out of you is what that would equal up to. They put their weapons away and just start beating you up.
Too easy just to shoot him.
Intentionally trying to do damage, but not kill you.
but I'm down. I'm looking up
down.
at the 10 dudes kicking me.
Right? 2 dudes grab Dax, actually.
Uh-oh.
And they start walking away with him, and he's like, "No, let me go! Save me, Mr. Thane!" And he's trying to kick and struggle out, but he's still injured as well.
I'm really
Dex!
glad that he keeps up like the formality of your guys' relationship
Yeah,
as he's being
it's
dragged. It's
Mister.
nice.
Mr.
It's a very
Which is
good
not even
sign
your
of
last
respect.
name.
I really hammered,
He missed
Mr.
it.
Thane.
I really
more like-
hammered that in at
It's
the
like
beginning.
Dr. Jones.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Anyway,
Dax! And I say, you get off me, you damn sons of bitches.
nice.
There it is.
So they kind of split a little bit, but not because of what you said. And out of them,
Dang it. That
and
didn't
from the
work.
back walks up none other than Teague.
What?
That son of a bitch.
Yeah. For
Teague.
serious.
When I get done with you, you...
Look, buddy boy, this is the end for you. It's nothing personal, it's business. I was offered money. People showed interest in your boy Dax there.
Teague, you were a part of us. You were one of our group. We'd let you in.
Oh, don't act like this ain't about the money. You'd have done the same to me.
I don't betray my friends. When I get done with you, your insides will be on your outsides, and your outsides will be farther outside.
Across the yard.
Yeah.
Like,
I love this character.
Teague
sure
just shakes
he's
his head. Right?
He's actually
Farther outside.
pretty low on the intelligence scheme.
Eloquent to the end, ain't you? But I don't have to worry about that because you're only going to be around for another maybe like 30 seconds. And he puts a gun right up to your head. Sorry, buddy boy. Like I said, nothing personal. Catch you later. And then he pulls the trigger. Point blank shot to the forehead.
That was a very gangster way of saying "see you in hell," huh?
He said, "See you later."
See you later.
Yeah.
See you later.
Oh, that was so cool.
That was real cool.
That was really
So
good.
I don't get up?
So the door to the lab swings open, and this waft of smoke comes out from behind, and Copernicus is there in his white lab coat. He has goggles that he pulls up to rest on top of his head. He's ready. Okay, who go first?
Did he just Frankenstein something in there?
You all look beautiful, clean,
Thank you.
smell nice.
Have you smelled all of us? And I.
You point at Hondo?
Flies around me.
To be honest, no, and I'm not going to.
Let's get moving.
All right,
Yeah.
you guys enter into his lab, and in the center of the room, in the bigger open space, he has this machine set up that's kind of weird. It's like a big disc area, a circular pad that you would stand on, about the size of a
Like a teleporter from Star Trek Next Generation.
like a teleport pad. It's got
Or any Star Trek.
kind of like pillars standing around it that have
They're all
like
the same.
controls and gadgets on it, and has this big apparatus kind of above you. It looks like a big hoop attached to a giant kind of a robotic arm. Okay, just stand up right over there in the center and try to hold on.
I mean, he wouldn't kill us. He just brought us back, right? So
Do we go one
Hold
at a
on to
time?
what?
No, I want you all there, all together in the center.
oh,
But don't touch.
hey, what are we doing?
Don't touch each other. You just said to hold on. What are we holding on to? if we're not
To
touching
yourself. I don't know.
each other? Okay.
You all make these so complicated.
Well, maybe you should be clear with your instructions.
Okay, just stand there.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yes.
All of you.
Can we
Okay,
send-
stand here.
Can we send the little one first? And I point to Isaac.
You all go at once.
Not that little.
Where are we going? What are we doing?
Oh,
Where did you
Do we
come
have
good
a
from?
point.
mission?
I should
Yes.
have told you this.
Where did
Good
it come
catch,
from?
my
Cotton
big
Eye Joe.
elf friend. The thing is, in the multiverse, each dimension, it vibrates at its own frequency. When something that is of different universe or different frequency comes into that universe, it creates waves, disruption. You understand? It messes things up. So what I need you to do, you go into this universe and dispose of whatever object is causing the waves, the disruption.
So you did like a huge explosion then.
No, we don't talk about that. I confess what I do. But you're going to fix, yes? No, we're fixing problem. We don't talk about it. Also, you take this. He gives you guys each a ring. The ring has like an infinity symbol on it. It looks like a normal ring. He's like, with these, you keep in contact with each other.
In contact.
You can talk to each other over distance. No? He's like,
It's like
cellular.
Dick Tracy. Have you seen Dick Tracy? I don't really have a solid concept of time.
Yeah.
As far like that far back.
No. Never heard of it.
Well, it's really good. And I just walk on the pad.
Okay,
Put the
he
ring
looks at
on.
all four of you and he walks up to Isaac and slaps this thing on Isaac's wrist.
What?
He's like this. I can communicate to you, you communicate to me, you let me know when things are done. I get you back.
Okay, what is the thing that he just put on me?
It's
look
just like a kind of a mini computer screen almost. Like
Okay.
a,
Was
it's
it
like
connected to a slap bracelet?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Slap bracelet.
it's like it was like a cuff type thing that he just slapped
Okay.
on there and it latched.
And it glows in the dark.
It's got tiger stripes on
Yeah,
it.
tiger stripes.
Slap bracelet makes it
It's
fit
classy. He's like, I paint those myself.
You must get really bored.
Everything better with tiger stripe. You let me know when you're ready to come back. Also, there is one more thing. In order to fix the universe, I need a person from that realm.
What?
You want us to what?
Technically, the term is kidnap unless they agree to come. And then need to not kidnap anyone. You understand?
To fix the multiverse we need to kidnap people?
No, unless they agree to come, and then we don't call it kidnap. We call it fun vacation.
You want us to bring him back here?
Yes, the universe will provide someone for you to come.
Oh, so it's just gonna happen.
Oh no, you find the person. The universe will speak to you. This.
All right.
Your people not believe this.
Hey, who wants to put a huge multiverse saving mission on the hands of fate?
All right, but that person will then be returned.
Oh no, they live here now to help me
Well, I can tell you. send
until
us
we
home.
fix the multiverse.
And then they'll go back?
Oh, I can put them back.
Probably.
I'm like 70% sure I put them back.
That number changes like with the weather.
Hold on, for you it's still the 90%. For them, what if they don't want to go?
I know a scam when I see one.
He's like a pyramid. Believe me, this is what needs to happen to fix the multiverse. I need a person that is vibrating, a human or a living creature that is vibrating at the frequency of their home. But it's got to be a complex living creature. Not can be like a mouse. I need like a man.
And then we also have to like blow something up.
Oh, that's right. So you find the item or whatever is that
From the
is
explosion
causing
that you won't tell us about.
the disruption, and you send it back to the disruption. It pierced through the boundary. You need to put it back where the boundary is pierced and blow it up.
All right.
Wouldn't that make the
cool.
hole bigger?
No, it does not work like that.
How do we know what it looks like?
You're going to have to follow clues. But if you have questions, then you can communicate with me through the thingy.
That's my favorite name.
I don't have a name for it yet.
Okay, but I like it. The thing
You
is
gave it a
good.
paint job though. That's good.
It is like a bracelet thing.
All right,
No?
let's go.
Okay.
As long as we
so-
can put everything back. Let's
All
go.
right, all right, all right. Kidnap job easy. I'll do that.
Okay, remember, you can offer to bring them.
Kidnap
Only
job.
kidnap. If they say no, then you kidnap.
Yeah, kidnap job. I got you. I read you loud and clear. buddy. Loud and
Sure,
clear.
sure.
Seems
If
very
they say no,
fixated on
yeah.
this.
Yeah. Okay, you ready to go now?
Yeah.
Is there more question? He's never ending.
Just yesterday you said how good it was to talk to people.
Oh, he's very good to talk to.
Plus, we died yesterday.
But do you
so-
have so much question? And you kind of died yesterday. This is true.
Okay, I get on the pad and I just look up and look at the hoop. The
Okay.
hoop and all the pillars and stuff.
Okay, stand very still. Hold on. But not to each other.
I grab onto my own hand.
Right? Yeah. So he's like doing this thing on the computer panel and he's pulling switches and he's dialing in stuff. And as he's doing it, in the hoop above your heads, you guys can actually see it's almost like a holographic image, not like just in the hoop. It's almost like there's a hologram window hovering like above the hoop.
What is it showing us?
So it's just showing you different like terrains or places. Like it's going through really fast, like you're swiping through pictures on your telephone.
So are we like looking up through the ground?
Yeah, so you guys are looking up kind of
cool.
through the ground and seeing it. It's very like see-through right now, very hologram-like. But it settles on a picture of kind of looks like a very wooded forest with dirt roads.
I yell out really quick. Hey, I know you didn't have a name for this bracelet. Do you have a name for this thing? Because it's a lot cooler than the bracelet.
Oh, yes. This machine is actually very brilliant. I come up with it myself. I have calling it the Infinity Trigger.
That's pretty cool.
I'm basically shooting you into the timeline of the place you are going. Yes.
I love everything about this.
You don't feel like you belong there, like you have always been in that timeline. I have to do it this way so that you vibrating this way does not cause further disruption in that realm.
I feel like as he's saying that, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's like wind, like it's picking up, like the energy and hum and stuff.
Oh
where
yeah,
it's,
there's
like,
energy
starting
all
to
around you
yell.
guys. You guys can feel it now, and the image of the forest above you that it settled on is starting to become more and more tangible.
Okay, just don't worry, I'm not going to kill you.
And then the ground, it becomes like a solid piece of that realm above the hoop. And then he hits a button, and that whole hoop and piece of land just drops right on top of you guys. And when you guys look up, you are standing in that spot, but now the world is expansive. So you're standing in that spot, but now you are in this large, lush
Now we're just
forest.
in a forest.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Weird.
That is such a cool device.
And in the distance, you down the wood's kind of open. You guys are like on the edge of the woods, and there's a dirt path, and you can see like a rock walled city kind of in the distance. And now you are in a different world.
Thank you so much for listening to the second episode of Tales of Nowhere. That was the conclusion to our two-parter pilot episode, and we'll be jumping into D&D 5th edition starting in episode 3. And to celebrate our release, we're having a giveaway. There are a bunch of great prizes we're giving out, from dice sets to bundles with D&D 5th edition books, the starter set, which has everything you need to jump into your own adventures with a few friends, and a few Savage World books, which is the tabletop system that we use while we're in the cafe. There are a few ways to enter, like you could follow us on Twitter, use the hashtag Tales of Nowhere to talk about our podcast. You could like us on Facebook or share one of our Facebook posts. And most importantly, my favorite one, leaving us a review on iTunes. That'll get you in. Each one will get you a separate entry, so you can enter up to 5 times. It's very exciting. Be sure to enter before the contest ends in a couple weeks. And if you want to find out what we went through to keep our characters intact as we moved into Dungeons and Dragons, there'll be a short optional episode where we go into detail about that right after this one. We'll be doing these episodes every time we switch into a new game system, but they are always going to be released a few days after the main storyline episode, so it won't disrupt the schedule or anything like that. If you've got feedback for us, feel free to get in touch with us. We'd absolutely love to hear from you. Our email is mail@talesofnowhere.com. That's mail@talesofnowhere.com. You can also find us on Twitter @Nowhere Podcast. And if you have a couple extra minutes, it'd be awesome if you could review us on iTunes. We're a brand new podcast, and those really help a ton in the first few weeks. And they get you a contest entry too, so why not do it all? The intro and closing theme songs were done by composer Sean Jackson, and the rest of the music was done by the incredibly hardworking and talented John Good. You can find more of his music on SoundCloud under the name Burn7. Thanks again for listening. There should be a couple more new episodes on our site as you're listening to this, so check those out. Let us know what you think, and until next time.